What a starting pitching matchup we have for the MLB All-Star Game. Corbin Burnes going up against Pirates rookie phenom Paul Skeens. Skeens was drafted first overall exactly 1 year ago, and now will be taking center stage in Texas. Here's Skeens on his journey from draft night to today.
You know, the goal is to be in the major leagues and to be, you know, hopefully an effective big league starter by this time, which is, you know, whether that was going to happen or not. At the time, I had to make some adjustments and get better, and that was a big focus of the off season. And you know, obviously, being here now, I think that's just a product of you know, doing it one day at a time and having good coaches and good people around me. And but yeah, I didn't necessarily think I would be here.
We're back with Will Middlebrooks and David Samson as we turn the page to the main event of the All-Star festivities. Corbin Burnes got the call on Monday. He's got the starting nod in the American League, playing opposite National League starter Paul Skeens, who is the first rookie to start the All-Star Game in nearly 30 years. David, how excited should baseball be at this starting pitching matchup between this rookie phenom and the Cy Young winner?
I think all the talk is rightly about Paul Skeens. Corbin Burnes is worthy and deserving, but not the focus at all. And it's not even about the matchup. It's really about this man, Paul Skeens, who throws over 100 miles an hour, and he gets to face Kwan and Henderson and maybe Judge if someone gets on like Soto. And what baseball is trying to do is present him as what it means to be a pitching face of baseball. They don't want him to be hurt. They want him to perform. And, of course, he was going to make the All-Star Game. And once he made it, of course, he was going to start. It makes sense. He is the biggest story, really, of the first half of the season.
Yeah, Samson nailed it there on that as far as Skeens being on the forefront of MLB right now. I think what bummed me out the most was Torey Lovullo coming out. He told media that Skeens is only going to throw one inning. That kind of killed my hopes and dreams of Skeens going full Pedro Martinez and winning an MVP. But either way, it's got to be an honor for him to be able to start this game. Considering he was drafted last year, he didn't get to the big leagues until May 11th of this season. Also, the NL is just absolutely loaded with top-end arms. And you know, obviously, there's some other guys that could have gotten this opportunity to start, but some guys are injured. Some guys, for example, like Chris Sale, pitched on Sunday against San Diego. He's got 13 wins and a 2.7 ERA. But this is perfect for baseball. This is baseball's shiny new toy, and it's fun for the fans of the game. Now, as far as Corbin Burnes goes, this is exactly the definition of a workhorse, right? He's worked into the 6th inning in 18 of his 19 starts. You really don't see consistency in today's game from starters like you see from Corbin Burnes. And this is a prime example of teams like Baltimore going out and trading for an ace, moving prospects for an ace. They're primed to win a World Series and make a World Series run, and this will be the ace to help them get there.
Yeah, well, baseball's shiny new thing has yet to get dull. A 1.90 ERA, 6-0 in his first 6 games. This kid has been certainly an exciting thing to watch across the majors. But I want to dive now into the American League lineup. Not too many surprises here, with top vote getter Aaron Judge getting a chance to play in this year's All-Star Game after missing last year's festivities due to injury. But Will, what stands out to you when you look at this American League lineup?
What doesn't stand out to me is what it is. I mean, this is, you know, there's been years of the AL dominating, and they've won, what, 9 of the last 10. They've dominated for a long time now because of the offensive power that they have. But guys like Kwan, who hits for average, guys for Judge and Soto, Gunnar Henderson, I mean, it goes on and on. Vladdy Jr.'s hitting, what, 7th for them? I mean, this is a very long lineup, and then guys coming off the bench like Jarren Duran, who have having a great season. They're stars on the bench for the American League, and they're just loaded with power. So this is a really fun offense to watch.
I had it nailed, Will, that you had to work the Red Sox into your answer. That was an easy 1-2 for me. I would say that my reaction to the American League lineup is, you know, what MLB did by putting Kwan at the top, I get it. The Guardians need to be rewarded. He needs to be rewarded. But I still would like to see Judge in the first inning guaranteed against Skeens. I think that's the Ohtani-Trout World Baseball Classic type matchup that people would look for and that the audience is going to want. And even if Skeens goes 1-2-3 on 3 pitches, he's not going to go a second inning. That's already been made made clear. And the other thing that strikes me about the American League lineup is what Will said, and I'm dreaming about putting a team together like this, where you've got Yordan Alvarez, who is the prototypical cleanup hitter. You move him down to the 5-hole, and you still get Jose Ramirez, we just watched in the home run derby, protecting him. This truly is an all-star lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Aaron Judge speaking about Paul Skeens, saying what he has seen out of this kid has been electric stuff. Like you guys said, a long lineup, it's loaded with power. But let's talk about the other side of things, shall we? There's 3 players representing the team with the best record in the majors, and the Phillies starting for the National League, but obviously Bryce Harper still on the shelf while recovering from that hamstring injury. But David, I'm swinging this back your way. What do you make of what we see here in the National League?
You look at this lineup, and this is a baseball lover's lineup. This is not a random audience in July watching the All-Star Game lineup, other than the guy in the 2-hole, of course, and that's Shohei Ohtani. I absolutely understand why they put him there, though I had an inkling they could put him in the leadoff, where he's been hitting quite a bit with Mookie Betts hurt. And you look at the names, and you wonder yourself, Philadelphia as the best team in baseball, maybe. Sorry, Will. Maybe the best team in the National League. We can go with that. You just think about what we saw with the Derby, and they've got 8 All-Stars. It's going to be like a Phillies game. And that strikes me as interesting, because last year was like a Texas Rangers game, but this year the game's in Texas, and you've just got Garcia in the Derby.
You talk about it being a Phillies game where they're well represented, one of the most represented teams in the majors, but Bryce Harper will be active and he will be playing, which I'm excited to see. But well, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to out of this National League lineup?
I mean, Alec Bohm, I have a soft spot for this kid. So when he was drafted in 2018, I was with the Phillies organization. I got hurt in spring training, so I rehabbed all year in Clearwater. So when all the new draft picks came in, Alec Bohm was one of them. They kind of stuck him with me because I had been around a while at that point. He was their first-round draft pick and said, hey, just kind of talk ball with him, hang out with him, hit in the cage with him. And I got to get to know this kid right when he got to professional baseball. So soft spot for me, seeing him make an all-star team, see him have some success after he's really struggled a little bit dealing with the fans in Philly, which can break a lot of players. And then seeing him do what he did in the home run derby was really fun to watch as well. But to David's point, this is a fun lineup. Seeing Ohtani in the 2-hole, so he gets to hit in that first inning. Seeing Bryce Harper healthy back on the field. And yes, it's just all about the Phillies right now. It's just how it is, but that's the best team in baseball.
What's a story, Will, that I'd like you to tell is, did you get a phone call or did you call him? Remember Bowman, the issue he had with Philly and the fans. Think about the reclamation project, the rehabilitation that's gone on. He's now a fan favorite, and he came a hair away from being run out of the south side of Philly. So watching this Phillies team, watching the camaraderie that happened during the Derby, thinking about all of them in that all-star clubhouse together, and then bringing that with them to the second part of the season as they try to get to the top of the mountain where they have not been able to get with this group. I think it really is going to be a very interesting second part of the season for the Phillies, and I think the second part of the season actually starts tomorrow night during the All-Star Game.
Ooh,
and I just want to point out. So you talked about with Bohm where he mouthed some certain words about I hate this place or whatever it may be when he made the error and he was being booed, and then they gave him a standing ovation. And then he started going off. Well, guess what happened? Well, that was last year, right, with Trey Turner, where he struggled and struggled and struggled. They gave him a standing ovation, and he took off. So maybe we got to give some love to Alec Bohm there for starting that trend in Philly.
Fellas, we have plenty. We have storylines galore. I feel like looking at this All-Star Game, as you guys say, the season really starts on Tuesday night. But look, we've talked starting pitchers. We've broken down both rosters. We've talked matchups that we really want to see. Now it's time to put you both on the spot. And David, I'm going to wing this way your way first, but give me your pick not just to win it, but also I'm looking at your MVP prediction, putting you on the spot.
Well, that's okay. I like being on the spot. You look at this, you look at the lineups, you look at the fact that the American League lineup, I just like it better. And I believe the American League will win the game. And here's the kicker. I like Jose Ramirez coming off the home run derby and hitting a home run in the game and becoming the MVP of the game. There's something about the Guardians, the je ne sais pas quoi. They are a team that nobody wants to talk about, but the reality is, take a look at who the best record is today in the American League. I think I have it right, guys. I think it's the Cleveland Guardians. And Jose Ramirez is a player that we should all know. And him doing it on the stage that is the All-Star Game, having been recognized for being in the Derby this year again, I think this is the beginning of people giving the proper respect to the Guardians.
So I don't have a really cool French saying like David did, because I just don't speak French. But on top of that, I'm also going with the American League just because they are absolutely loaded. We talked about their offense. They have some really good arms to go at that NL lineup as well. And for my MVP, I'm going a long shot, very long shot if you're looking at betting odds here. Hometown Texas Ranger Marcus Semien getting the start because Jose Altuve not playing. He's sitting this one out. He's hitting ninth in the lineup. He's going to miss Skeens, which is always a good thing. So there's a chance he comes up with some runners on base there at the end of the lineup, some RBI situations. And he finished the first half on an absolute heater, hitting 370 over the last week. I think that matters, coming in feeling good. And he's going to have a lot of energy from that hometown crowd in Arlington. I just think that'd be a really cool moment for him. He's finished third in MVP voting 3 times. Maybe as a consolation prize, he can get an All-Star MVP.
Oh, both of us thinking that the AL's going to continue to dominate in the All-Star Game. It's certainly going to be a sight to see. And fellas, we're going to have to talk about it post-game because I want to see. I like this long shot pick we got with Marcus Semien, and we're putting some respect on the Guardians' name over there. I appreciate both you guys stopping by. We'll dive more into this, but let's recap what the fellas are saying. Both rolling with the American League in this one. David saying Jose Ramirez and the Guardians will get that respect. Meanwhile, Will saying Marcus Semien will be the hometown hero, and that'll only feed into his outing in the All-Star Game. We will have all of that coverage right here on CBS Sports HQ.